Good afternoon and good evening to you guys. Welcome to the final version of the Full 100 for this week. It is Friday the 5th of February and we've got a brilliant show for you guys today. A lot of liars, deceivers, untruth tellers now reaping what they sowed. Many of them are being sued. Rudy Giuliani, who took down John Gotti, who was a great guy during 9/11, all of a sudden joined the Republican Party big time, full time. When Trump's come along, he's showed how crazy that he is. He's being sued for 1.2 billion, by a company the company that makes that made the voting machines that he kept talking about. Hugo Chavez in what's he called in Venezuela had a part to play. Someone who died 7 or so years ago has a part to play with stealing Trump's election, talking about they rigged the voting machines to sway towards Biden. So anyway, those guys are taking him to court. Then there's a $2.7 billion suit against Fox News and Judge Jeanine Pirro, Lou Dobbs, a lot of their concrete liars. But Rudy Giuliani is also thrown into there as well. So they're suing Fox hosts and their guests for 2.7 billion, and then Rudy Giuliani on his own for 1.2 billion. So many of these stations, Newsmax had to write a thing the other day when this suit started to come out. Newsmax, ONX, they wrote an apology. No, we can't prove it. So since then they've stopped really listening to, a lot of places have stopped listening to conspiracy theorists now. So basically what's happening now, conspiracy theorists don't have Twitter. They can't spew their rubbish on Twitter. Many of them have woken up to see that it was all a lie. But some of them are diehard and they're still going on. So this show is about those diehards, how we're taking the mick out of them, how the world's laughing at you if you believe that crap. Trust me, we're all laughing at anyone who believed in that rubbish and now waking up to say, oh, the storm didn't happen. I actually had a couple of conversations with a couple of believers who called me Satan the other day. I just laughed. But guys, listen, let's get down to today's show, right? Now, the first headliner, you couldn't make this up. The leader of the Proud Boys has been exposed as a snitch. Yep, an FBI snitch, none other than a federal snitch. So he's been exposed as a snitch. The rest of the Proud Boys are now looking at themselves and saying to step down. And this clip I'm first going to show you, I just love the way Anna goes, step down for what? It was so funny. Take a look at this clip, guys.
And so I want to give you a little excerpt of what he had to say on Telegram to try to cover his past as an informant. He says, the article sensationalizes the fact that in this case, there was some heavy cooperating. No, it actually makes it clear that you were cooperating. There was lots of heavy cooperating. I have addressed this before in podcasts and other interviews I have done. My case had multiple defendants that were and are still friends, minus one that recently passed away. We worked with the prosecutor to tell her the details about all of our roles. Now, that's not true because his involvement in helping the feds prosecute and convict others led to his sentence getting reduced by several months. But it doesn't matter what he had to say, guys, because the response by his Proud Boy friends didn't really seem to buy it, right? They say in one case, only a snitch would write a 10-paragraph post saying they're not a snitch. This snitch worked with the feds. This phony traitor should step down. Step down from what, guys? Step down from what? Like, you guys are all clowns, every one of them. Like, he should step down from this fine establishment. Like, step down from that. You guys are clowns.
Yes, this throne of diarrhea.
Welcome back, guys. I just love Anna. Step down from what? Step down from this fine establishment. Like, you all a bunch of idiots. They don't even get it. They're all a bunch of idiots. The lot of them, whether it's a snitch or whether it's the rest of them Proud Boys, they're all a bunch of mugs, guys. Look, I'm gonna move on to the second story now, yeah? This is all in line with all of them. Trump's lawyers, he's getting his trial. Remember, he got impeached in the House, yeah? Now the case goes to the Senate for a proper trial. So he's got to have lawyers. He's had these lawyers, a bunch of 5 lawyers, who quit on him. They walked out on him because he wanted his defense to be that he's not to blame because they stole the election from him. The lawyer said, listen, 80 lawyers have tried to go in court. Not one of them was able to say anything of the nature because they don't want to lose their licenses. Those who said it outside have a case going on right now in Michigan. A couple of states are trying to, even Rudy Giuliani, they're trying to take his law practicing license from him. So those lawyers left with less than a week left. So now he's got a next bunch of lawyers. So the clip you're going to see is actually 2 stories merged into one. The first half of it is the news that his lawyers have departed. The second half of it is the people discussing now he's gone from 5 lawyers to 2. So he's found only 2 idiots who are happy to run with his story. But the joke of it is, one of them is a conspiracy lawyer. The other one is an actor turned lawyer who likes to do TV acting. Take a look. Oh.
Some breaking news this morning. CNN has learned former President Trump's defense lawyers all left with just over 1 week until the start of his impeachment trial because the former president wanted them to make the fraudulent argument that the election was stolen from him, according to a source familiar with what happened.
One of the lawyers, Mr. Schoen, previously represented Robert Stone, which will tell you the direction of where the president wants to go to in this matter. If you're hiring Roger Stone's legal team, it's clear that this is not going to be a particularly sane process.
Something else that I thought was interesting is that he has studied as an actor at the Actors Studio and at HB Studios, these 2 highly respected acting institutions in New York. And I thought that was so interesting because I was speaking to one of the president's former attorneys right when this news broke. And this person told me it's going to be a circus. And that's obvious. But when you have someone who is a trained actor who has represented all of these kind of fringe characters representing you, I think that really seals the deal that it is going to be a bit of a freak show. And it seemed like the president really couldn't find anybody better suited than this. Obviously, he had some difficulty finding a legal team. Members of the legal team left this week.
That's too funny. Honestly, that's too funny. Right? So the next clip now is Rudy Giuliani turns up to his radio show the other day. Remember, I told you already, he's on the 2 suits. One's him alone for 1.2 billion. he's in some big trouble. They're trying to take away his legal license. Anyway, turns up to his radio show the other day, and they put a disclaimer before the show without telling him. So listen to his reaction when he hears the disclaimer just before his show. Take a look.
So if you need a reminder of just how toxic Rudy Giuliani is viewed these days, listen to this disclaimer that a New York radio station aired during Giuliani's own talk radio show on Thursday.
The views, assumptions, and opinions expressed by former U.S. attorney to the President of the United States, and New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani, his guests and callers on his program are strictly their own and do not necessarily represent the opinions, beliefs, or policies of WABC Radio.
Now, it's former New York City Mayor Rudy Giuliani on New York's Talk Radio 77 WABC.
I would have thought they would have told me about that before just doing what they just did. Rather insulting, and gives you a sense of how far this free speech thing has gone and how they frighten everybody. I mean, we're in America. We're not in East Germany. They got to warn you about me?
He's miffed.
I mean, Margaret, WABC has to put a disclaimer that the radio show they're putting on, with the personality they're putting on, they can't be responsible for what he says. It was really stunning.
Welcome back, guys. That is just too funny. He says, what? You're warning the audience against me now? They should have why didn't they tell me first? Why are they going to tell you? You don't listen. Hair dye running down his face. He don't listen. He's just there spewing rubbish. They ask him to prove. He says to the court, no, we're not actually saying that. But the minute you're outside press conference, you're spewing your rubbish. Why are they going to tell you? Anyway, there's more. This was worse. My pillow guy, yeah? Mike Lindell. I featured him in the summer, August, July times, because he invested in this company that produced this fake snake oil cure for corona. And he went to President Trump, and President Trump gave him his seal of approval. And basically, Anderson Cooper had him on CNN wriggling, and he's wriggling, and he's wriggling. But you invested in the company? No, not really. And so this guy is a fraud and his conspiracy theory. I mean, just this clip tells you all. Look at Newsmax. This is Newsmax. Yeah, the living liars. But because they've been put on notice they're going to get sued, they're kind of walking a tightrope right now and not trying to get themselves involved with any conspiracy theories. So take a look at this clip. It's too funny.
Now has permanently suspended the MyPillow company account, the company account, after its CEO, Mike Lindell, used the page, they say, to continue posting. This comes as Twitter permanently banned Lindell's personal account last week. Joining us now to discuss is the founder and CEO of MyPillow and the author of the book, What Are the Odds? Mike Lindell. Mike, thank you so much for joining us, and welcome. So
well,
what happened? What happened with your Twitter account and the company page?
Well, first, mine was taken down because we have all the election fraud with these Dominion machines. We have 100% proof. And then when they took it down about 3 weeks ago, and then when I put it back up, my personal, it was a
Mike, thank you very much. Mike, you're talking about machines that we at Newsmax have not been able to verify any of those kinds of allegations. We just want to let people know that there's nothing substantive that we've seen. And let me read you something there. While there were some clear evidence of some cases of vote fraud and election irregularities, the election results in every state were certified, and Newsmax accepts the results as legal and final. The courts have also supported that view. So we wanted to talk to you about canceling culture, if you will. We don't want to relitigate the allegations that you're making, Mike, because we understand where you are. So let me ask you this. Do you think that this should be temporary? Because it appears to be permanent. Could you make an argument that it is temporary?
What?
Could you make an argument that this could be a temporary banning rather than permanent?
No, I want it to be a permanent because you know what? They did this because I'm revealing all the evidence on Friday of all the election fraud with these machines. So I'm sorry if you think it's not
Mike,
it's real.
Can I ask our producers, can we get out of here, please? I don't want to have to keep going over this.
Actually,
we at Newsmax have not been able to verify any of those allegations that you're
Mike, hold on a second. Everybody hold on a second. Mike, hold on 1 second. Let's talk a little bit about just what is happening overall in terms of censorship of
guys. They're not trying to entertain mad people no more. The world's wait. You know what someone said? One of the news, John Berman on CNN said, he reckons, and I'm making right. You see the lawsuit against Fox, it's 2.7 billion, and it's against 3 or 4 of their hosts, and Rudy Giuliani and a couple more of their guests. Now, they reckon that lawsuit might just be the trigger that changes the world back to normal. Because before Trump, Fox was an aggressive, racist channel that when there's a cop incident, they spin it the racist way. But they didn't make up stories like that. When Trump came along, these channels and these right-wing media started to, because Trump made up stories, they thought, oh yeah, we can, why didn't we think of this before? Let's just start making up stories. And the whole right-wing audience believes it. So hopefully these lawsuits now will start turning their heads around and making them do the right thing. I got 2 more videos that I need to squeeze in. I need to squeeze this in real quick. Take a look, yeah? See, anyone who watches this, if you, in the last 3 years, believed in QAnon, if you believed the storm was coming, if you believed there was a group of Satan-worshipping Democrats, and none of them are Republicans, right? If you believed that there was going to be a storm and military rule and Trump's going to stay in power, like many of the videos I see a lot of my black mates share, if you believed all that crap, this is how the world is looking at you right now. Take a look at this video.
There are some people who actually got up today, saw that the inauguration was almost done, and was disappointed. They said, "You mean the stupid, crazy shit that I thought was going to happen didn't?" You mean I didn't wake up to the world on fire? Trump,
that had become the norm.
Yeah, you mean Trump didn't? He didn't call martial law and everybody went on lockdown and people weren't getting shot in the streets.
There weren't tanks in the street rolling over students.
There were people actually watching the inauguration. They were watching that shit in suspense. They're talking about, oh, they're going to come get Biden. Just watch.
All right,
watch.
He's speaking. Get ready for the boom. Here it comes.
Oh, they say any minute now. They're gonna storm the stage and take him out any minute. And then when boy, y'all are stupid. So I'm talking about you QAnon and all you other conspiracy out there who just, for some reason, y'all just keep diving deeper and making shit. You're making shit up on the spot. Do you know how crazy that is? There are people, listen, I would love to praise these people that got up today and said, boy, do I feel stupid?
There actually have been a lot of them.
I would love to feel sorry for them, but you never should have been thinking that dumb shit in the first place.
Oh, no, I ain't saying feel sorry for them.
No,
but I've been reading reports all day of people who've been online going like, wow, I think we went too far. Like, especially the Proud Boys. They're all like, man, fuck Trump.
Oh, the Proud Boys said, Proud Boys, wow, it took 4 years for y'all to look at this motherfucker and say, weak.
Yeah.
They actually, Proud Boys said, boy, I tell you, I not that it counts for much, but I ain't never been more proud in my life than for today. Y'all got some nerve to call us monkeys, and y'all out here swinging off this goddamn Capitol like Curious George. Y'all got some nerve to call us animals and savages.
I mean, it is like that big bridge scene in Rise of the Planet of the Apes.
Shit, don't even insult the Planet of the Apes because they were smart.
That's true. They were smart.
Shit,
they had a plan.
Yeah, there ain't no Planet of the Apes. The Planet of the Apes is actually coordinated. They were intelligent. This is some zoo shit right here. This is when you open the cages and let the motherfuckers out. Man, you're just a bunch of animals. Yeah, look at this. You're just a monkey. Yeah, well, guess what the fuck? You are too. Maybe y'all can find it. It was a woman she put up a video today. She's talking about, is anybody out there just feeling just a little bit duped? Boy, this is hilarious.
If you see this, please save us. I don't even see our American flag anymore. Biden's talking with some kind of crazy flag.
No, bitch, you got the crazy flag.
Right.
The hell are you talking about? You were waving that crazy flag high. Please.
This is America. This is our land.
See, this is the problem. It's always my shit.
Yeah.
This is our land. Who is R?
Yeah.
Please explain. Because R means, for you, our land means probably several things, and all of them are fucked up.
Please, President Trump.
Mate, I hope you guys enjoy that clip. I didn't want to break it up in two. It was 3.5 minutes long, but you needed to see the whole thing. It's just, I mean, seriously, if, like I said before that clip, if you believed in any of that stuff, please wake the hell up. Please wake the hell up, because you're now the laughing stock right across the sane world. You're the laughing stock. Last clip now. By the way, did you see where he said, you guys make stuff up on the spot? Do you know how crazy that is? It's true. It's true. One of them talking about the California fires the other day in California, that Jewish, and it's always black or Jewish people that's causing these things, yeah? Or Democrats. Jewish laser drones started the wildfires. They believe that. They believe the wildfires that started in California was down to Jewish laser drones. Came to America so that George Soros could benefit from it. You couldn't make this stuff up. Anyway, my very last clip now, guys. This is Jimmy Kimmel, yeah? This is basically those idiots that went to stop people from taking the vaccine. So it's not good enough for them that they're not taking it. They got to make people not take it too. Take a look at this. See you on the other side.
The only snowflakes we had here in LA this weekend were the ones blocking the vaccine line at Dodger Stadium. As if we didn't have enough problems trying to get these shots on Saturday, a group of I don't know if they're anti-vaxxers or QAnon or Trumpers. Maybe they just want to kill old people. I have no idea. Whatever their reason, they gathered at the entrance to Dodger Stadium for what they called a scamdemic protest march. Organizers of the protests, if you want to call them that, told everyone not to wear Trump hats or shirts because they wanted to be taken seriously. That's right. These doofuses with their homemade signs saying Bill Gates is controlled by Satan are like, take off that MAGA hat or they'll think we're nuts. I do have to give them points for creativity, though. This clever gentleman wrote, I don't know if you can see his sign here. When he holds it up, it says, "Swab my butthole, I dare you." You know, I know it's LA, but there must be an easier way to meet people. It's...
Welcome back, guys. We've come to the end of the show. I just want to say one thing on that. When the guy says, don't wear Trump outfits or make America great hats, MAGA hats, so they take us seriously, I got news for them. No one ever took Trump seriously. No one takes MAGA hat people seriously. They don't. They laugh at them. You know the only people that took them seriously? Conspiracy theorists, yeah, racists who don't care what you do as long as you're racist like them, so they don't care, right? Conspiracy theorists, racists, and those who are kind of plain mentally challenged. That's the only people that respected them. No one else did. On that note, guys, listen, I'm going to wish you a brilliant weekend. Subscribe, share, and spread the good word. Anyway, subscribe, and I'll see you all on Monday. Have a brilliant weekend. Bye-bye.